Hey family, a lot of times people try to treat you like you're average. Have you ever experienced that? They try to treat you like you're average, but you're not. And you will never fail. I know there are people waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to not succeed, waiting for things to fall apart in your life, but that's not you, and that is not your story. And here's why. Here are a couple of reasons that show you that you will never fall off because you will always be great. Number one, you're stepping into your calling, family. They see it. You're getting to this phase in your life where you're wanting more and you want to be more and you want to have more and you want to become more and you want to do more. And you can only do that as you walk the way is made. And a lot of times people have a hard time with determining what their purpose is. And I look at it like this. Your purpose is like your highest and best self, is that thing you decide to become. And your calling are the roadways that help you get there, right? So if your purpose is to change the world and you like to speak and do public speaking engagements, maybe YouTube is an avenue, maybe work is an avenue, but whatever it is, you're getting closer to your purpose and your calling, and they all see it. And another reason you'll never fall off is because you're spending a lot of time in isolation, family. When you get to that point where you're by yourself, thinking thoughts all alone in the lab, right? Thinking of things, creating your life, thinking of what you want, what you don't want, who you don't want to surround yourself with, the environments that you don't want to be in. When you get to that point, when you're deciding that you want to be in isolation, when you're getting to that point where you're deciding that you no longer want to hang out with that crowd or hang out with those friends or hang out in that environment or work in that job, when you get to that point where you say, no, thank you, I'm good. No, thank you, I'll pass, right? When you get to that point, when you want new and different for your life, they all see it. And a lot of times people wish bad for you and they want you to fall off so bad, but you can't fall off because you're not creating and designing your life to fall off, because you're in your mind, you're in your head, and you're writing things down. You are creating the life that you want to live. Another reason you won't fall off, you're turning your setbacks into success. And I want to spend some time talking about that, family. You know, there are so many things in our lives that we look at that can cause us to fail. Bad relationships, bad situationships, bad employment, bad breaks, unlucky calls. There are so many things in our life that cause us to stop, that cause us to look at our lives and say, you know what? I'm tired, or I'm done, or I quit, or I've tried that before and it didn't work, or this person said that I'm not good enough. Let me tell you something. You'll never fall off because you didn't fail, you learned. You didn't fail, you learned. Everything that you went through in your life, every unlucky break that you think you had, every disappointment, every bad break, every loss of a thing that you had in your life led you up to this very point and will lead you further because you're getting closer to your destiny and closer to who you are and closer to who you know you can be. You're not allowing your setbacks to set you back because you know who you are. You're not allowing your setbacks to keep you in the past. When you wake up and those negative thoughts start to download in your mind, you make a conscious decision to say, you know what? Today's going to be a new day. I'm not allowing my past, my yesterday, those negative things that happened to me, that bad situation, that bad relationship, that bad breakup, to ruin my day today. Because family, when we do that, we take a known past, right? And we make a predictable future. We create the same day today that we did yesterday, and we're not doing that anymore. A setback is a setup for future success. A setback is a way that you learn to get to where you need to be so that you can do the things that you need to do, so that you can right your wrongs and become the person that you've been called to be every single time. That is what your setup is. That's your setup. Your setup is to go far and far, far and farther, far and the farthest that you've ever been in your life, because you're making a decision to do that. You're not staying stuck in your past. You're not allowing your past things that happened to you to define who you are. No, that's who you used to be. That's who you used to roll with. That's the situation that you used to involve yourself in. You're no longer doing that. What you're doing in this season is setting yourself up for greatness, putting the things in place financially, spiritually, emotionally, putting all the things in place to get you to where you need to be so that you can have better outcomes and a better life. That's what you're doing. You will never fall off. I know they're waiting to see it. I know they're all watching. Give them a show. Let me come closer so the chosen ones in the back can hear. Give them a show. They are all watching. And guess what? At the end of the day, you move in silence. They don't have to know what you're doing. They may think you're falling off, but one thing I learned is just because something looks like it's falling apart doesn't mean it is. Sometimes things fall apart to fall together. They're all watching, so give them a show. You will never fall off. Oh, so what? You had a setback. They saw it. They have their 3, 5, 7 minutes of fame, 7 seconds of fame. They saw it. It doesn't matter because you are on the great come up to become an even better person than you already were, and you're already great. Sometimes we forget who we are when we're living in lack, when we're in bad situations, dealing with unhealthy people, dealing in unhealthy situations. We forget who we are. But family, let me remind you, you're chosen. You will never, ever, ever fall off. And there's nothing that anybody can ever do to make you feel like you're less than, because you're not capable of being less than, because you're great, because you're chosen. I'll wait. Am I lying? A lot of times we forget the strength that we carry, the person that we are, the energy that we move, the things we're manifesting. You are great. We do not allow setbacks to become setups and define a future. That was the past. That's the past. No, what you're setting up is a better present. What you're setting up is a better future. They will never see you fail. You're not capable of failing. You didn't fail, you learned. They'll never, ever, ever see you fail. And you won't see you fail because you're not even capable of allowing yourself to get to that point. No matter what we go through, we pick ourselves back up. I've been through some low points in my life, and I had no choice but to go up because I was so low. It doesn't get any lower than that. You pick yourself back up and you keep moving. They're all watching. Give them a show. You will never fail. And last but not least, family, people try to treat you like you're average, but you are far from it. They try to treat you like you're average, but you're far from it. There is nothing average about you. There is nothing common about you. There is nothing that anyone can say or do to make you become the person that you're not, because you're great and you're on your path to greatness. There is nothing anyone can say or do to tell you that you're not who you are. You will never fall off. And sometimes, family, when people say things to you, they're actually projecting their feelings towards you, projecting how they feel about themselves on you. They're projecting their sadness, their wrongdoing, and their failure on you because they know you're going places. So they like to keep you small. They know you're going places, so they tell you that your ideas are not good. Your ideas are not good. This relationship is not a good idea for you. You're not this and you're not that. Let me tell you something. You better quiet out that noise. Because when you're the chosen one, the only direction you're going is forward. You don't go backwards. You don't get caught and stuck in what a person says about you to make you feel like you're average. There is nothing average about you. And everything about you is above average. Everything you do, every place you set foot in, every place you touch, every stone you turn, there is nothing average about you. And everywhere you go, you leave a mark. Tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. Tell me I'm lying. Everywhere you go, you leave a mark. And sometimes we forget the power that we have within because we're dealing with these people on the external. People who want to water you down, who want to see you fail, who don't want the best for you, who don't believe in your goals, your dreams, your visions, your directions, your ideas, your life. Let me tell you something. You will never fail because you're not designed to. And there is nothing ever, 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 ever common about a chosen one. There's nothing common or average about you. So don't let what these people say dictate and make you feel like you're less than when you're greater than. I want to remind you, family, that there's nothing about you that's average, that you're stepping into your calling and they're all seeing it, that you've turned your setbacks into setups for something better, new, different, and great for your life, and that they are all watching. And they want to treat you like you're average. They want you to move like you're average. They want to talk to you like you're normal. But there's nothing common about you because you are chosen. And you will never, ever, 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 ever fall off. Because that's not your story. Because your story is, instead of you watching everyone else win, you are watching yourself win. You're putting the things in place. And and doing the things you need to do and getting where you need to get and becoming who you need to be. And you're overcoming and overcoming and overcoming and becoming someone new because you know that you're different, phenomenal, better. They're all watching. Give them a show. And what they won't see is you fail. They never, ever will, because you're putting the things in place for you to win. And a delay is not a denial. And just because things are falling apart does not mean that they're falling apart. That could very well mean that things are falling together for you and in your own life. Let them watch, give them a show, because you are great and you will never, ever, ever fall off because you're the chosen one. Remember who you are. Understand and know that you got a journey, and everything you need, everything you desire, everything you think about, every ground you touch, everywhere you go, and everything that you do, and everything that you're becoming, you're moving forward and you're not looking back. Just something to think about. Stay inspired.